Alright, what's good, YouTube? This is Cha boy, Jarel Prowinston here, back with another Winston Profile. As my boy Steve Gucciardi used to say, this is gonna be the deck that will top. If it ain't pro, it got to go. Deuces. What is up, YouTube? This is the Merman Master coming at you guys from the Team Time Riders YouTube channel with a blast from the past deck profile. As you guys can see right here, we have Karakuri Geargia. Now, this deck profile is very much a very old, very casual deck profile that I just sort of put together at the, behest of some of the different viewers and stuff, because I actually recently picked up the whole Geargia near max rarity core, and I wanted something to do with it. Had the Karakuri stuff laying around as well, so figured I would just sort of assemble the deck profile and see what happened. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the profile. So of course, starting things out, we have 3 copies of the Geargia armor. And Geargia armor is pretty slow right now, but basically is the once per turn flip effect, where you basically just get to flip him up, and every single time he's flip face up, you search a Geargia monster from your deck to your hand, except for Geargia armor. Now, one of the most potent parts of the rank 4 Geargia engine was the Geargia Accelerator. Geargia Accelerator special summons himself when you control a Geargia monster, and he's got a second effect to add something back to your hand when he's popped by card effect, but you don't really use that effect that often. Now we've got just 2 copies of the Geargia Arsenal rather than 3. This is the one card that needs to get a rarity bump in the deck, I believe. But Geargia Arsenal is kind of your lone Fire Blossom, gets you any Geargia. So for instance, Geargia Arsenal into armor, set armor, and then assemble your back row and sort of protect yourself. Next, guys, we've got 2 copies of Geargiano MK2. Really great for special summoning a Geargia monster from your hand or graveyard in face-up defense position. 1 copy of Geargiano. Really, really good for the special summoning the machine-type monster from your graveyard. The reason these guys are in here is especially because of your trap card. Allows you to special summon these guys and bump their levels up as well, which actually helps out very, very much in lots of different types of plays that you want to do. Now, of course, we've got the 1 copy of Gen X Ally Birdman. You guys haven't seen him in a long time, but he's a really, really good card, I'm telling you. Bounce any monster back, and then special summon Birdman to the field. Now, Karakuri time. 1 copy of Karakuri Watchdog, 2 copies of Nishipachi, and 2 copies of the brand new Kunamzan, to round out the Karakuri engine of the deck. These guys are very, very good for going into lots of different synchro plays and stuff like that. Moving on to your spells. 2 copies of Double Summon. I'm currently testing this out right now, primarily because one of the biggest problems that you have in Geargia is just getting monsters to the field. Everything's sort of jockeying for your normal summon, and you don't really have enough advantage to push sometimes. So basically, Double Summon is really good to help your Geargias and Karakuris work together, just from the sheer speed of the meta. No longer summoning or setting a Geargiano or a Geargia armor with a bunch of back row. That doesn't cut it anymore. So the double summons and stuff like that help you to assemble more stuff on the board. 2 copies of Iron Call, same idea. Get your stuff back from your graveyard. Pretty good card to have in here. 3 of the Machine Duplication. You can replace these with Monster Reborns or other types of special summon stuff, but another very good card. We got the 3 Karakuri Anatomies for battle position changing and all of that kind of good stuff. The caches as well to search your Karakuris out of your hand or deck to your hand. 3 copies of the Urgent Schedules, a Cyber Dragon card that special summons all of your guys to the field, which is very, very good. And now moving on to the trap cards, we've got 3 Geargia Gear. Geargia Gear is probably one of my personal favorite Geargia cards ever, because you basically special summon any 2 Geargiano monsters and bump their levels up by 1, and then you got some special abilities and stuff like that you can use with them as well. So works out well when you want it to, and not really when you don't. Now, 1 copy of Fiendish Chain for that negation. And finally, 3 Solemn Strikes, closing out the deck. Now, into extra decks, since I told you I'm missing some of the Karakuri Synchros, at least right now, I'm going to show you different toolbox cards that you can use to try and make your opponent, turn in. And these are things that Geargias didn't really have access to before, so it kind of helps to have them now. Of course, a Utopia package along with Utopia Double and S39. Do note that if you are running Utopia Double, you do need the Double or Nothing in your main deck. So that's something to consider if you want to build it that way. Of course, we've got the Cross Sheep, which you can run. Doesn't really do too much stuff for XYZ monsters. Just makes your opponent's monsters lose 700 attack power when it happens. So not really too great for that, but got good arrows and stuff like that. Of course, Diamond Direwolf. Pretty self-explanatory card, very good card. Castell the Skyblaster Musketeer, bouncing a lot of things back. This card is actually pretty good right now, is Steel Swarm Roach for stopping the different summons of high-level monsters to the field. Can't stop the Red Eyes Dragoon, but can get pretty close. Tornado Dragon. Tornado Dragon's Tornado Dragon. Very, very good card. Pops spell or traps, especially floodgates and things like that. See what else we have. Time Thief Redoer, Evil Swarm Exciton Knight. Baguska is also a good option. And of course, Dweller. All very, very good options for rank 4 toolboxing and stuff like that. I'm the idiot who would still decide to run Mace Stroke in 2020, so don't think that I'm sort of above that. And then rank 3 toolboxes in case you have your Geargianos or some other stuff out. Definitely have the Leviair Zenmanes and Phantom Knight of Breaksword. You guys can notice the deck is super, super low on Link monsters. And that's simply because I'm not a fan of having to run Link monsters. I just don't really like it. I don't think it's worth it. And to be honest with you guys, like, I was never really a fan of Master Rule 4. Now that we're in Master Rule 5, being able to run all the old XYZ monsters I used to play when I was actually competitive is just one of those things that just gets the blood pumping, as they say. But that's going to do it for the deck profile on Karakuri Geargia, Jarel Prowinston style from back in 2012. If you want, of course, as I said, these are just toolbox options for the extra deck. I revealed more than 15 cards just so you guys can see some of the stuff that people can run. But this has been the Mermail Master with the Team Time Riders YouTube channel. Really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please remember to rate, comment, subscribe to the Team Time Riders YouTube channel. And I'm signing out. Catch you guys next time. Peace.